Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Write With Me and IELTS Juice. Today, we have an essay to plan, and the rubric here says, some people say that in our modern age, it is unnecessary to teach children about the skills of handwriting. Basically, what this prompt says is that handwriting is useless. So we don't need to teach it to our children, especially in this modern time. So we need to decide, to what extent do you agree or disagree? We need to decide whether we agree with this statement or we disagree. Or maybe we have our own opinion. So either we 100% agree with it, 100% disagree with it, or we have an opinion totally different or a combination of the previous one. So it's like, yeah, I agree, but under certain conditions. And then you need to also decide if you're going to elaborate on the conditions or clarify the conditions or not. The third one is the tricky part. The easiest and the safest ones are the first two. So you either 100% agree with it or 100% disagree with this prompt. Now, it's an opinion essay. So your opinion matters. It has only one main idea. There's one goal here. We need to address your opinion and develop it. That's it. So your opinion is key. This is the focal point of the entire essay. I'm going to put it here because we're going to go back to it very soon. Another important thing is that your opinion must be clear. Before we go ahead and write, you need to right now decide whether you 100% agree with this or 100% disagree. If you agree that handwriting is a useless skill, then you can say, yeah, many people right now type. Even we have voice commands. We don't need our fingers to type and communicate. That's easy. So handwriting is outdated. It's gone. Or you might disagree. And you might say, no, handwriting is a form of art. It's beautiful. It's necessary because it's been in a part of the culture, language, traditions. There are galleries for that. There are job opportunities for that. You can design fonts, beautiful fonts, and you can sell them online. So there is room for it, and it is a skill. Based on your opinion, we will plan it. I'm going to, in this sample, I'm going to decide on the two first elements because the planning will be the same. For the third one, at the end of this video, I will tell you what the alternatives would look like. So whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. That has to be stated in your thesis statement. Thesis statement is the last sentence of your introduction, and this is the most important sentence of your entire essay. And in that thesis statement, I'm going to go ahead and say that please state your opinion clearly here. I know there are variations that you can go ahead and write your opinion in the conclusion. That is also another way, but I personally don't like that. I want you to clearly state whether you agree with this rubric or you disagree, and say it over here. Now, what else? This is only one sentence. We cannot form a paragraph with one sentence. We need at least one more sentence, preferably two more sentences, so that there are three sentences in the introduction. The first sentence I'm going to suggest here is something called an attention grabber. Grab the attention of your reader. Make sure you say something catchy, if you can come up with something, this is optional. If it's very hard, you can forget it. For example, I'm going to say no, handwriting is a necessary skill. We need to preserve it. So here we need to say something like handwriting as a method of communication has been with humans for generations. History is based on people being able to write to each other, and the history is documented. So that is an important element. You see, that can be something here. But I'm talking about history, which I shouldn't. So once I grab the reader's attention, or I might say something like, handwriting is now under threat of extinction. And you might say, whoa, what happened? Handwriting? Oh my God, extinction? Oh my God, what is it going to be about? Once I have grabbed the reader's attention, then I need to connect this to the modern time. So I need some connecting information. So I must not stay in history. The rubric clearly says in the modern time. So I need to bring the attention back to the modern time and the challenges. We can say with the introduction of, I don't know, artificial intelligence, smartphones, voice recognition, I don't know, personal assistants in a form of, I don't know, like Siri, for instance, on iPhones. Basically, you can communicate. You don't need to type or even write something. So it doesn't matter if your handwriting is good or bad. It's basically useless. You can go ahead and then finally you can say your opinion. Yes, I believe handwriting is a useless skill, and we should teach our children how to type. Or in the another scenario, when you say handwriting is at the brink of extinction, you can say how important it was, the role that handwriting played in the history of mankind, and then you ended up in this sentence saying your opinion that this is not only, it's not just a skill, it's culture, it's language, and it has to be preserved. And then you come up with your opinion in the thesis statement. Remember, the most important sentence in this paragraph is going to be your thesis statement, and it's the most important sentence of your entire essay, and this is exactly where you state your own opinion. From this point on, you basically need to support. So, I believe this way. I believe handwriting is unnecessary. Okay, why? You need to come up with some reasons. For instance, I can come up with 2 reasons. If you need more reasons, you need to introduce another paragraph and introduce that 3rd reason here, and the paragraph should be in between. So the 3rd body paragraph will come right after the other 2. So the conclusion must be your last paragraph. For each of these reasons, you basically need a short sentence introducing the reason. Just introduce the label. Just say, yes, the first reason is if I disagree and say handwriting is an essential skill, the first reason is tradition. I can talk about the tradition from generation to generation. This has been preserved. The second one, again, I'm going to introduce the second reason. So the second paragraph also needs a short sentence as a topic sentence telling me that, okay, the second reason is art. The second reason is the value handwriting has in arts and, I don't know, other forms of art. People hold galleries to show their skills in handwriting. There are beautiful Japanese scrolls. There are beautiful Chinese scrolls, handwritten, and that has to be preserved. And you can do the same thing for the third body paragraph if you need a third body paragraph. You just basically have the same structure. Now, if you had a different opinion, the same thing would apply. If you agree, you need to say why. If you disagree, you need to say why. It's the same method. Now, before I go ahead and introduce the conclusion, I need to say that if your opinion is something completely different, so if your opinion is something different, the way this is different is that once you say your opinion, then you need to start explaining. So these will be turned into explanation A and explanation B, and you need to fully clarify your point. And you can, if your idea is a combination of both, you need to explain a combination of both. That is difficult, as you can see. So that is why I do not suggest coming up with a completely different opinion. But if you wish to do so, basically what you are going to write in these body paragraphs will be the reasons why you believe that way, and you basically clarify every single element over there. I'm going to put them back here. I'm going to go ahead with the conclusion. In the conclusion, we are going to restate our own opinion, because the first sentence is going to be, again the thesis statement, but we're going to paraphrase it. And you are going to again say your opinion in different vocabulary, different words, different structures. And my suggestion is to go ahead and name reasons. So you can say, as we have seen, based on reasons A, B, and C, I still believe, or I truly believe that, and then you say your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. Or based on the previous paragraphs, you can see that I have a unique opinion, which you clearly explained your position and why you believe that way. And then you state your opinion. Again, here, you need to also come up with some suggestions, because we want to form a paragraph, and one sentence cannot form a paragraph. So you can come up with some form of prediction or suggestion. Something like, yeah, if this trend continues and the technology takes over, we basically do not even need to speak. We can just use our brain power to communicate. So we don't need handwriting, we don't need typing, we don't need our mouth to utter words in different tone to communicate with other people. You can come up with a sentence like that. That would be prediction. Or we can even say about something about suggestion. For instance, yeah, children these days keep using gadgets. They have phones, they have computers, and they don't have very good handwriting. Good. Let's come up with some suggestions. Let's have mandatory art classes to improve their handwriting. They might even, you can even introduce some lessons to improve the muscles to move their hands, their fingers, so that they know how to hold a pen, how to move it around, how not to, I don't know, shake, write confidently. And that is also a skill. Give them why people invested heavily in handwriting in the older times. And it's the same thing. You just need to invest the same attention into your handwriting. It's not just because the way you hold a pen or something, or maybe later on, you might even hold a magic pen or a designing tool. So you just need to train right now. any way it is, you can come up with some suggestions. You can introduce government-funded schools. You can say communities need to get together. The older people should start, the retired people can start teaching certain sessions or classes at high school, or I don't know, basically at any age, at very young age, to our next generation, so that they, well, understand how handwriting works. Now, we're almost done. This is a plan for an essay where you basically 100% agree with the prompt here, or 100% disagree with the prompt. If you have a combination of both and your opinion is totally different, then you need to clarify, and you need to clarify from multiple aspects. That's why I suggest 2, maybe 3 paragraphs. So in one paragraph, you explain your position, and in the other 2 paragraphs, you basically come up with some supporting ideas. But that is difficult. So this plan will help you get a healthy essay, and you can focus a lot of attention on your vocabulary and your grammar and the connecting sentences. And this makes a healthy essay. So that's why my suggestion here in the conclusion, or in the concluding part of this video, is to tell you, focus more on delivering a healthy essay rather than coming with a weird, a little hard way to express a very unique opinion. If you wish to see a sample done and improved on the same prompt, please click over here. If you wish to see other essays, letters, or maybe reports planned like this, click over here to watch the series, and remember, eat healthy.